Nobody told you that getting what you want would feel like this. You planned for years. You worked for it, waited for it, built toward it. And then it arrived. And instead of the relief, the joy, the sense of arrival you expected, there was this strange, quiet emptiness. Like standing in a room you were so excited to enter, and discovering it looks exactly like the one you left. Psychologists have a name for this. They call it the arrival fallacy. But the real question isn't what to call it. The real question is, why does this keep happening to human beings, and what do you actually do about it? Let's start with what the science says. Harvard psychologist Daniel Gilbert spent decades studying what he calls affective forecasting, our ability to predict how we'll feel in the future. His conclusion, documented in his book Stumbling on Happiness and hundreds of peer-reviewed studies, human beings are systematically bad at predicting what will make them happy. We consistently overestimate how good we'll feel when we get what we want. And we consistently overestimate how bad we'll feel when we lose what we have. The mechanism behind this is called hedonic adaptation. Your nervous system is designed not to measure your absolute condition, but change. When things change, you feel the change intensely. When things stabilize, even at the level you worked for years to reach, the feeling fades back to baseline. This is not a flaw. For most of human history, it was a survival feature. You need to keep responding to new stimuli, new threats, new opportunities. A nervous system that stayed perpetually satisfied would stop engaging with the world. But in the modern world, where we've been trained to defer present experience for future rewards, to suffer now so we can be happy later, hedonic adaptation becomes a trap. Because later arrives, and the happiness you expected doesn't last. So you set a new later. And you defer again. Philosophers have had a word for this trap for thousands of years. In Sanskrit, it's called tanha, craving. In the Talmud, it's described as, no man leaves this world with even half his desires fulfilled. Not because the world is stingy. Because desire is infinite. And the next thing always looks just a little more complete than the last. The Lubavitcher Rebbe, who spent 40 years answering the deepest questions of millions of people, had a response to this that cuts through everything. He said, the search for happiness in the future is the greatest misunderstanding of human life. Not because the future doesn't matter. But because happiness, in his framework, is not a destination. It's a quality of being present to what already is. He taught from a profound Hasidic principle, simcha, genuine joy, comes not from having, but from connecting. Connection to your purpose. Connection to the people around you. Connection to the meaning of the moment you're actually in. And here's the crucial insight, that connection is not something you achieve once. It's something you practice continuously. This is why a person can be objectively poor and radiate genuine joy, and another can have everything the world considers valuable and feel hollow. It's not about the inventory of your life. It's about the quality of your relationship to it. The Rebbe told people who felt this emptiness, the moment you're in right now contains everything you need to be fully alive. Not theoretically. Literally. The person in front of you, the task in your hands, the challenge you're facing, these are not obstacles to the life you want. They are the life you have. And the choice to be fully present to them, not waiting for the next milestone, is the only practice that actually works. Research backs this up. A Harvard study that tracked people for 75 years, the longest study of human happiness ever conducted, found that the single greatest predictor of life satisfaction was not achievement, wealth, or status. It was the quality of human relationships and the degree to which people were genuinely present in them. Not better relationships. More present ones. The arrival you're waiting for has a secret, it won't feel the way you think. But the moment you stop waiting for arrival, and start inhabiting the journey, something shifts. You stop running toward a life you don't have. You start living in the one you do. Subscribe for more. This channel explores what it actually means to live well.